And this is a public service announcement. 913, born of the Queen Mother. Notice the agent, notice the principal. This is a continuity of government directive. Department of Defense on notice. Department of Homeland Security on notice. The continuity of government continuation protocols being put in place. All tribes being notified. Directive and order from the widow to the widow's son. Preparing all the people displaced across the land to be prepared to receive the new government. That being said, the following applies. So the widow has given the instructions to the widow's son that all of the protocols in play for continuity of government is now in a status of reconstitution of the new government. All of those who have been displaced and usurped by the legal fictions, by the artificial corporations, and all artificial agents acting under the color of law, being colorable law, in violation of the color of law, U.S. Code 1983, are now on notice that all former governmental applications are hereby suspended. All of the chiefs who are held in concealed status shall be made known to the public. The continuation of the continuity of government has altered status from continuity status to reconstitution status. This is being directly addressing the Raven Rock continuity of government offices to let all of the generals and chiefs involved in the continuity to be informed that the Queen Mother is not happy, and neither is the widow's son. And with that being said, I'm going to do a Q&A after, but this is going to be a short notice. All of the artificial banking institutions is hereby served immediate notice to cease and desist. All other artificial governmental functions and all operations carried out by AI, which is artificial intelligence, is to hereby be put on notice to cease and desist. All artificial media transfer to communicate to the people misleading and misinformation is to cease and desist. Any form of government that is practicing in default will be subject to the penalties of treason, etc. And with that being said, we are no longer under continuity of government status. We are now in what is called reconstitution of government. All of the chiefs must be made known to the public and their status known to the public as soon as possible. There should be no further delay in the people being informed and the veil being lifted and the ignorance being subjugated by information. So with this notice comes the directive that all of the tribes are hereby reconstituted to their original status prior to the invasion of 1492. Damn light keep cutting off. And the continuity status of original government be reinstituted under the tribal jurisdiction of tribal lands and tribal protections from the chiefs across the land. All of the chiefs have been selected by the matriarchy. all of the matriarchs are hereby instructed. They are the lawgivers of the land under the great law. We are no longer under the constitutional fictions. We are now under the jurisdictional arrangement of the chiefs of the land and the grand matriarchs across the land. The lawgivers of the land being the 72 mothers of the land, with the direct heir being identified as the widow and her spokesperson being the widow's son, which is myself. After all of these things are taken in consideration by the continuity of government team, they have a minimum of 12 hours to begin to reveal to the people the status of the new government and the restoration of the new government. With that being said, I'm going to close this public service announcement and proceed with the Q&A. So if anybody got questions and y'all want to come and ask, y'all can come on to the live. I'll take a couple of questions. I don't know how many. I'm probably going to run an hour. So with that being said, again, all tribes to be restored to their original status, and all of the chiefs are to be restored to the status of chiefs on the land and the governors of the land according to the great law. We will no longer follow any law that is not the great law. And the great law is now in full effect, and the artificial and legal fictions are now cease and desist status. Anyone who disregards this order will be considered treasonous to the people and belligerent to the upcoming government that is being restored to its pristine form. With that, I'm going to close the public service announcement, and I'm going to come back in for the Q&A.